Hey everybody, we are back for round two. Let me just get the chat set up here. There we go. So we are looking at a pretty good starting hand. We've got our turn one play of Elite Vanguard, turn two Near Heath Pilgrim, start getting Lifelink going, and then have Vindicate up for any removal. I'm pretty okay with that, and he's mulled to 6. I only think it would make this better if I was on the play, really. So he's thinking about 5, he's gone to 5, he's thinking about 4, he's keeping his 5, alright. So he's going to play a Swamp and pass the turn. We're going to play a Plains and drop a Vanguard. Well, if he stumbles, I can actually get Ink Eyes out possibly on turn 5. Ooh, he misses a land drop. Ooh, this might be a fast game, unfortunately. So we're going to drop Near Heath Pilgrim. We're going to Soul Bond it to Elite Vanguard. I could have held it back and Soul Bonded to Mirror Crusader, but I think I just want to take as much advantage as that missed land drop as I can. So we're going to Soul Bond, so both of these creatures now have lifelink. I'm going to get in for 2, gain 2, and ship the turn back to him. Next turn, if he plays a blocker, it's going to get Vindicated. Otherwise, I'm going to have a Mirror Crusader online. Bitter Blossom. So that's just his upkeep, right? Yes, just his upkeep. I'm okay with that. Him losing more life, totally fine with it. My Mirror Crusader is going... actually, I could just blow up Bitter Blossom. Is it a black fairy? It is a black fairy, and my Mirror Crusader would have protection from it. I'll have to think about that. I don't have to think about attacking. I'm definitely getting in for 4 here. I think I'll just play the Mirror Crusader this turn, and then see if he has a 3-drop or some other dangerous creature. Because I can always Vindicate the Bitter Blossom next turn. So he hits his land drop, and he just passes the turn back, eh? Ooh, and I'm even a land away from the Sword Mirror Crusader play here. I think we're just going to swing in and see what happens. He's presumably going to block the Pilgrim with the Fairy and trade there. He'll still take 2, 4, 6. He'll still take 6. And I'll go to 28. So I don't want to play the sword this turn. I don't want it destroyed. I don't want that Mirror Crusader somehow destroyed. I want it to be a surprise next turn, so I think I will just pass the turn here. So he's going to get another fairy, go to 6. And he's just going to concede. That was unfortunate for him, having to mull to 5, keeping a one-hander, missing a land drop. And we had a very explosive start with the Vanguard, the Pilgrim. Getting out the Mirror Crusader, I think, was just kind of the final nail in the coffin there. So that was incredibly quick. Looks like 2-minute game. Hopefully the next one can be as quick, although that's unfortunate for you guys watching there. So we saw a Swamp, a Swamp, a Swamp, and a Bitter Blossom. And that's it. Don't know what we can do about that. I think we just have to go back in. I have no idea what he could be playing. Yeah, let's just jump back in and see what happens this time. So how long was that match? Okay, it was a 4-minute match. It was 2 minutes on both sides. Still quite speedy. How long were his previous games? His previous games were 7 minutes and 9 minutes. So still, it looks like he must be playing a relatively speedy deck. That's a good little tip for anybody out there watching. You can click that record to figure out how long people's matches were. It's just a little piece of information you can get. So he's on the play. He's looking at his 7. He's thinking about 6. We're going to have to be thinking about that too. I've got 2 lands and nothing. He is going to 6. I'm up a game, so I'm okay keeping this risky hand. I need a land to do anything. If it's a swamp, I can get a Herald out. If it's a plains, I can get a Johnny out. It looks like he did actually go all the way to 5 again. So he plays a land and passes the turn. Please be a land. We got there. We got there. So we can Herald of Torment on turn 3. That's going to give us a 3/3 flyer that's going to be pinging us each turn, but that's okay. Us taking 1, him taking 3 is better than us taking 1. So we're going to drop a plains and say go. He's going to drop a swamp and say go. So now we really need to be hitting a land. We don't need any more of these spells coming out. We're going to drop this Herald. See if it lives. It lives. So getting a plains would be amazing next turn. We could bring out a Johnny. Wickerbow Elder. Enters the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it. So it's a 3/3. You can pay a green and take that off to destroy target artifact or enchantment. So that's basically going to be hitting our sword. And that's about it. So I'll take 1 off the Herald. That's fine. We hit the land. So our only play is Sorin. I think we'll play him. It doesn't terribly matter. He's tapped out. I don't think there's any 0 mana spells in the format. So we'll just swing in for 3. I wouldn't have made an emblem with Sorin anyways. We will play Sorin and we'll make a vampire. So that vampire can block if this Elder decides to come in at Sorin. So now, unfortunately, we are really waiting for a plains. Every single card in our hand is a double white spell. So he's coming in at Sorin, so I'm just going to block here. So my vampire goes away. I gain a life. Sorin doesn't get hit. It's all fine by me. So Skull Clamp's coming down. Skull Clamp's a pretty good card. +1/-1, and whenever the equipped creature dies, you get 2 cards. So he's going to throw it on him, making him a 4/2. Making him a bit bigger. Doesn't kill him though, so he doesn't get the card draws out of it. But hey, a bigger creature's a bigger creature, I suppose. I'm just gonna keep pumping out vampires though to block. Oh, didn't even think about this. I haven't played Theros for so long. This is an enchantment, of course. So he's going away, and I'm taking a life loss there. So we don't hit the plains, unfortunately. We're going to have to make a chump blocking vampire, and we're on the back foot here a bit until we hit a plains. The nice thing is that if he does start to overcommit, when we hit that plains, we can Day of Judgment. So he's going to swing in at Sorin, and I'm going to block, and I'm going to gain a life. And that's all that's going to happen in that combat step. Down comes a forest. So if I hit a plains next turn, what would be the play? Possibly Elspeth and make 3 soldiers? Eureka! Starting with you, each player may put a permanent card from his or her hand onto the battlefield. Repeat this process until no one puts a card onto the battlefield. So something big is going to be coming out here. Yeah, we're going to see a Grizzlebrand. Alright. Alright. So what can I do here? Not a lot. I need that plains next turn. So if he doesn't have another permanent, I only get... How does this work? Until no one puts a card on the battlefield. Okay, so it's not if he doesn't have another permanent, I can't put one down. So I should be able to put down, I think, whatever I want. So I'm going to put down a Johnny. He has nothing else, so I'm going to put down Elspeth. I'm not going to put down my creatures, I don't think. Because if I hit that plains, I'm going to Day of Judgment. Oh, and I hit another double white card. So I think plus oneing Soren is the way to go, and I think Soren's going to be the big target here for Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand can unfortunately just blow him right out of the sky. Johnny, I guess all we can really do is plus one on my vampire. Elspeth, I'll make 3 soldiers. And I've got to pass the turn, unfortunately. So drawing a removal spell would be pretty fantastic. He's going to... He might just hit me for 7. Grizzlebrand has lifelink, so he will gain 7 back. No, he is going to hit Soren. Because, of course, Soren, next turn, actually, could have killed Grizzlebrand and given me Grizzlebrand. So anything that could have saved Soren one last turn would have been really nice for me. So he gained 7 life. He's going to use that 7 life to draw 7 cards. And he's going to really start to have a whole lot of gas here. I think I still would Day of Judgment next turn. But he now has a ton of choices. He's got a full hand. He's got more than a full hand. He has 8 cards. So it looks like he must be aggressively mulling at the start of the games in order to hit his combo pieces. Eureka is obviously the big one. He may also have Nature's Order, or Natural Order. I can't remember the exact name of it. This is basically the deck that I wanted to be playing, ideally. I'm a big fan of combo decks like this. So Johnny's 3 away from Ultimate, unfortunately. Fauna Shaman, sure. Garrick, sure. So Garrick's going to fight Soldier, probably. Oh no, he's just going to make a wolf. Sure. Ooh, choices. So we can fly over and hit Garrick. And then wipe the board. I guess we also plus 1 Elspeth first. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give the vampire double strike and flying. We're going to attack Garrick. Gain 4 life, go up to 24. And then we're going to plus 1 Elspeth, or plus 2 Elspeth actually. And we're going to gain 4 life. And then we're going to Day of Judgment and just say goodbye to all these creatures. So then next turn, he of course has a full hand, but hopefully he doesn't have any combo pieces. I have a feeling if he had combo pieces, I would have seen them last turn. He had green, green, black, 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 black up. So I can then start bringing out my hero, my Mirren Crusader, my Planeswalkers are both going to be free to start doing their thing. Elspeth could make 3 more soldiers if she wanted to. So I feel slightly more comfortable in my position, but he does have a huge hand. Garrick Primal Hunter is going to come out, so he's going to be making a 3/3 beast, I imagine. Yep. Animate Dead. Grizzlebrand's coming back to the battlefield again. Geralf's Messenger is not going to do it. So we're going to... What are we gonna do? We could Mirren Crusader, Geralf's Messenger. That's something, I suppose. So we'll Geralf's messenger him for 2. So he's going to go to 15. I can only +1 a Johnny, so I'll put a counter on Mirren Crusader, of course. Elspeth, I could gain 2 life and put her to 6, which would make her a huge target. Would it make her a huge target? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know who the bigger target is here at the moment. But no, I think I'm just going to make 3 soldiers. And then we'll say go. So Grizzlebrand can come in and kill off a Johnny or Elspeth. On the snapback, I can get back in. He's probably going to go after a Johnny, I would think, because Mirren Crusader can get in for 8 next turn. Mirren Crusader, of course, has protection from his team. So yes, he is going to go after a Johnny here. So he's going to gain 6 life and go back up to 21. We're going to see a beast come down. So I definitely need something to get rid of Grizzlebrand. I definitely need Vindicate would do it. Silence the Believers would do it. What else do I have? Chainer's Edict wouldn't do it because he could just sacrifice one of the beasts. Thran Dynamo. Sure. Mana ramp. Convoking. Oh no, natural order. So he's going to get to go through his library, and he's going to get to find any creature he wants, any green creature, and put it on the battlefield. So we might be seeing, yep, there it is. There's Progenitus. So that's a 10/10 protection from everything, which literally means everything. Protection from spells, protection from creatures, protection from white, blue, black, red, green, protection from colorless, protection from everything. So we're going to +1 Elspeth because, wow, do we ever need her -5. And then what are we going to do? I don't even know. Can we do anything? I guess killing Garrick is something, right? So let's kill Garrick off. And then Hero, Hand, Carnifage. None of those really do much. So I guess we'll just go with Hero Bladehold. Elspeth is going to bite it next turn, either from Progenitus or Grizzlebrand. I'm at 33, but that's not much when you're facing down a 10/10 that just gets to walk through. So Grizzlebrand's going to kill off Elspeth, because her -5 going off would be bad for him. And Progenitus is just going to walk in and hit me. So I'm going to go to 23. Elspeth is going to die. And I'm not doing too well. Down comes a Thragtusk. So he's going to go up to 32. And yeesh. I don't know what we can do. We have a 3-turn clock from Progenitus there. My 2/1/1 drop's not going to do it. So I guess we're just going to have to... I don't even know. I guess our 1 out is next turn drawing the sword, putting it on Mirren Crusader and milling him out. That's basically our 1 out. So I'll play Elite Vanguard, my super threatening Elite Vanguard. So Hero of Bladehold, whenever it attacks in, every attacking creature gets +1/+0, +2 1/1s come out. That's not going to do nothing against his 32 there. So we're just going to pass the turn. and we need to hit the sword. It's the one out that we have. So we have a 1 in 23 chance of getting that sword. So he's going to walk in for 16, putting me to 7. Says go. We don't hit the sword, so that's going to be game. So he got to combo off pretty well. Our sword wasn't coming anywhere. Some removal was coming up, but removal doesn't do much against Progenitus. So at least we know what he is now. He is the Reanimator, Natural Order type deck. So what options do we have against that? Well, I guess Duress is an option. Duress hits non-creature, non-land cards. So that can hit his reanimation spell. So Duress is coming in for sure. I'll take out possibly Banishing Light. No, I think I like the Banishing Light in here. So we got to see all of our Planeswalkers. How did they do it? Johnny was probably the least good. Elspeth. I think Johnny's a better one for our deck in this matchup because we want to go really fast. Elspeth is a little bit of a longer game card, so I think Elspeth's going to come out here. Mana Tithe, Condemn, Achroma, Makeshift Mannequin is anything from my graveyard. Doomblade won't do anything against Grizzlebrand. So yeah, I think we'll do that. I think just putting the Duress in is our option. Hopefully we can Duress him on turn 3 to get rid of any natural orders that he might have. I will play first for sure. This is unfortunately a terrible hand. We have a 6-drop and an 8-drop, and that's it. So we have to mulligan that. There's no choice. Barely better. We've got a turn 2 play in the Pilgrim, but we again have a 6-drop and another 6-drop. We're going to keep it just because we need to get in there and get in there fast. If I'm lucky, I can hit the lands that I need to get the sword on that Pilgrim, giving him protection from half of his team. So he's going to 6. I'm keeping my 6. Is he going to go to 5? No, he's not going to go to 5. So I'll play my Swamp and say go. So at 6, he probably got his combo pieces in his hand, I would imagine. So we're going to drop this Pilgrim. Didn't draw land, unfortunately. Drew a 2 white mana card, so we might stumble here pretty severely. I imagine this Fauna Shaman is primarily just his target for Natural Order. So I guess I'm kind of okay attacking in here. I doubt he'll trade. No, he's not going to trade. So I'm just going to drop the sword. It's going to telegraph my next turn, but hey, it lets me mill him pretty heavily, which could be a downside if he has his Animate Dead or something in his hand. Ophiomancer, that's the if you don't have a snake, you get a snake card. So Shaman's coming in because it cannot block this Pilgrim once the sword is on it. And trust me, that sword's going on it. Now, unfortunately, he could block. It doesn't give first strike or anything. It's not that amazing. So he can actually block. So I don't know if I really want the sword to be going on the Pilgrim just yet. So I guess we'll go Hand of Honor instead and Soul Bond it, because the Hand of Honor will have protection black, protection green when the sword goes on it next turn. And then we have maybe something going on. Of course, next turn he may be at green, green, black, black, which means he'll be able to Natural Order. So we are just right now going to throw this sword on the hand to give it pro green. So he shouldn't be able to directly hit it with anything next turn, and it should be able to walk in for 4 next turn, mill him for 10, and we get a wolf. He hits his green, But he is instead going and looking for Progenitus. So he's getting Progenitus into his hand. Does he have a way of putting it out this turn? Oh, that's a pain. He's Reclamation Saging his, or my sword. So my sword's going away. So what are we gonna do? I guess we're gonna play Carnophage? I could attack in with my hand. I basically, he has 3 cards. Why did he reveal Progenitus? What does this do? Discard a creature card. Okay, he discarded Progenitus. I see, in order to get Reclamation Sage. So I guess maybe I'll just attack in here. I need to get damage through. That's really the only way I'm going to win this game. If he has time to combo off, it's just over. So we'll get in for 2. We will drop the Carnophage. We could see Natural Order come in now. He may not have wanted a Natural Order last turn because Progenitus was in his hand and he wouldn't be able to get it. So he's going to swing in with the Snake. I'm fine taking 1. And Reclamation Sage. I'll actually block the Reclamation Sage. The less green creatures he has on the battlefield, the less able he is to use Natural Order. Natural Order does require you to sack a green creature. But he does still have 1. Thran Dynamo, sure. Skull Clamp, sure. He's going to Skull Clamp his Snake, isn't he? Yep. So the Snake instantly dies, and so he instantly draws 2 cards. And that is why Skull Clamp is banned in Modern. Bitter Blossom, sure. Get a Snake, sure. That's not great. So I could Ink Eyes Ninjutsu if he doesn't block one of these 2. Which would let me take his Reclamation Sage. And then I could blow up his Skull Clamp, I guess. Yeah, let's see if he blocks. Swing in with both. He may just block both, in which case I don't get to bring out Ink Eyes at all. Ah, he doesn't. Excellent. So we will go black, black, 1, 2, 3. And we'll Ninjutsu out the Hand of Honor. Put him in. We'll take the Reclamation Sage. We'll gain 5 life off of this as well. And we will take his Reclamation Sage. And we will Reclamation Sage his Skull Clamp. Do not want him drawing any more cards. And say go. So if I hit a land, I can get Vizara the Dreadful out next turn. Which would be a decent way to knock out any creatures minus Progenitus that he brings out. Master of the Wild, 3/3, and you get a wolf every turn. Tap all wolves you control. Each wolf tapped this way deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Okay, so they fight before fight was a thing. Sure. It's pretty good. It's quite good, actually. Beginning of your upkeep, you can put an Eldrazi spawn down. Sure. I wouldn't mind hitting Day of Judgment right about now. Nope, that's not Day of Judgment. If I attack in, he's just going to block with his Death Touch Snake. So I guess we'll just go with Vizara and see if I can start killing things. It's about the only way we're going to go about this here. So he's going to get an Eldrazi spawn, he's going to get a wolf, he's going to get a fairy. Tons of stuff. So the first thing I'm probably going to want to kill is the Master of the Hunt. Master of the Wild Hunt. He has no way of drawing cards, which is nice, and he is down to 1, which means he can't combo off, but he is, of course, just getting a lot of things out. Sure, I'll take 1 from a snake. I am fine with that. He's also at 9. I just realized that. He is quite low on life. And he's going to be taking 1 a turn. Chainer's Edict. I can force him to sacrifice one of his super valuable creatures here. I think I will instead just play Hand of Honor. I could attack with Ink Eyes. Do you think he'd just jump block? I think he'd just jump block. I don't know if he would throw the wolf and a fairy in front of it. He might. And I don't think Ink Eyes is going to do much else this game. So yeah, we're just going to jam in with Ink Eyes. Yeah, he's just going to throw the Eldrazi spawn in the way. Makes sense, makes sense. This Chainer's Edict is literally not going to do anything for me for the rest of the game, so I may as well make him get rid of something else. It'll probably be the snake, because he'll get 1 next turn. But I literally have nothing else that I can do with this Chainer's Edict. He didn't get rid of the snake, he got rid of a fairy. Alright, he's going to get a fairy next turn too. I would have gotten rid of the snake, because I could have then had a snake and 3 fairies. Alright, so in response to this... Or no, that's fine, that's fine. So he's down to 8. So I think, yeah, the Master is definitely what I need to hit here with Visara, because I need him to stop making wolves. He's not going to attack with anything, so yeah, I'm going to kill off the Master here. So he's probably going to, in response, kill off my Hand of Honor and my Reclamation Sage, I would think. So yeah, we will kill a wolf with that. Oh, okay, so no, it is all of the wolves fight one guy. Okay, okay. I was reading that a bit wrong. So we hit plains. It's not great. I could flashback Chainer's Edict. Can I? How much is it? Black 4? Black 5. So no, I can't even do that unless I play my plains, and he would just sack, presumably, his snake or his Eldrazi spawn. It wouldn't terribly matter here. I guess I just passed the turn. I basically need to hope that in the next 8 draws he does not hit something super good like Grizzlebrand or anything. Grizzlebrand I could kill, but in response he could draw the cards. So Ophiomancer is going to be the target here, I think, for Visara. Oh, natural order, so Progenitus is going to come down. Yep. So that's unfortunate. Progenitus is not indestructible, right? No. So I need to hit Day of Judgment. I really need Day of Judgment. So he's going to attack in with the snake. I guess I just kill Ophiomancer. Yeah, let's just kill Ophiomancer. Take the 1. Not Day of Judgment. That's no good. We will Chainer's Edict him. Maybe he'll sack Progenitus. Maybe. Eldrazi spawn. That was not the right choice. He's got 2 flyers, unfortunately, so Visara can't come through for 5. So we're just going to have to pass the turn. So we're going to go to 14. He's going to go to 6. I will kill... I don't even know. I assume he's going to get Grizzlebrand here. What did he discard? Hydra Broodmaster. Jeez. He went to get Thragtusk just to get some extra life. That makes sense. We're going to kill off the Shaman. We don't hit the Day of Judgment, but we do hit a Mirren Crusader. Without the sword, it's not going to help us that much. With the sword, it would actually be lethal this turn by milling him out. So yeah, I guess we're just going to put down Mirren Crusader and go to 4 next turn. In comes Progenitus. I go to 4. Eldrazi spawns are colorless, I believe, right? They are. So unfortunately, even they can block Mirren Crusader. We're going to kill one just to get rid of it. That's not a Day of Judgment. So unfortunately, we are just going to concede here. That was a fun game. Really close. It really came down to that Day of Judgment, and then things could have gotten back going. He would have reshuffled his deck, but whatever. So we're going to concede here. Let's see if we had that Day of Judgment coming. No, Swamp, Plains. Opposite odd. So yeah, that was fun. You can see what a good cheaty deck, cheaty combo deck does. Getting gigantic creatures that have protection from everything out. You can do that as early as turn 4 sometimes even as early as turn 2 with Grizzlebrand. Very fun deck, a deck that I would definitely like to build sometime. So we are 1-1. We're going into round 3, and I will see you guys then.